Another morning, another water walk. And I'm well, some of it's just repetitious, but you see all of that water's working its way down back toward the natural drain, which is real good, and not, I'm still trying to draw it away from that wet spot. However, it's not only good, I've reached an old, fairly deep zanja that I dug there, and if I can get that water into that zanja, it'll drain to the left by that bigger pig, which would be even better. Digging here, as I said yesterday, is very, very easy, and I think I'll go across this area that I've softened from yesterday by opening that hatch right there, and then opening an end hatch before I go on, and that will take all those ripples away and start to drain this, or dry it out. There are the goats up on high. Goats have to have dry pasture. This would be ultimately fatal to them to be kept on pasture like this down here. I stopped because I wanted to say that another advantage of going across an area like this is there's a plenty of supply of water to keep myself level. I don't have to worry about whether my water supplies run out and I've started to go downhill. That's the best way to dig, and I'm going across what that hatch has been producing. I think I'll stop here. It's a good place to open up an end hatch, let the water out. Back there you can see by those little tiny ripples, that's where the water's arriving from the hatch in the trench royal in the upper canal. So I think that's plenty far enough to reach that zanja that I'm talking about down there. And anyway, you want to spread the fun out over several other days. I'll go up, as I've done in the past, I'll go up there and shut that hatch off now. Barely. I might let it trickle. And I'll come over this way and open up a new hatch for tomorrow. There, you can see all this water is being left, taken off that hillside right there, which is good. My goal right now is to get it back into the original drain, and then I can be more leisurely about what I soften and what I don't, where I irrigate. Right now, this is the one that maybe I should pause to say this. This one should be dead level. That upper one, its principal job really is to get water. Now that's all the way from back there in the woods a little ways, all the way to the end of the Andaneria, the terrace landscape. It's to deliver the water there, and it can be dead level, and the delivery is just by opening an end hatch at the end. But if it isn't quite, well, that's forgivable. But this one, since I can introduce water the whole way along, this one should be dead level, and all of them from here down should be dead level. There. Now it's sending water down. It'll wet this area like that area was wetted yesterday and that one before. And then tomorrow morning at around this time I'll go across that. And eventually I'm going to come to that spot that they cut for the log drag or the skidder track, and there'll be like an inverted V or U in it that'll go like this and across it and on its way. But until I can cross that, it's always going to be wanting to lead water down there along its footprint. I'm right at the edge of this hog pasture. That's what it looks like if the pigs aren't there at all. And here is the very thorough job that they have done of preparing it for me. But I wanted to show you this. Here you can clearly see that drain that goes along the side of where they drag the logs out, or yeah, drag the logs out through here. And you see it's heading on its way down there until it hits my trench royal. My trench royal stops it and then turns it on a contour. But then as it leaks, it starts again, and it keeps wanting to do this. So I've been fighting this right along, or working with it, maybe I should say. Sometimes I'll just use the pressure of my foot walking in wet ground. If it's still too matted or difficult to dig, by pressing it down, I can get that water to stick in a root, should I say route, a pathway that's a little bit more controlled. And I'm not so sure I was filming last time I talked, but this is the way this would look if the pigs hadn't been here at all. And now you can see it's a little bit as if I had dug that. There's something that you want to watch for. You recognize that? 3 leaves, pretty, glossy green. That's poison ivy. Doesn't hurt much unless you put your hands right into the middle of it. You want to watch for it though. Oh look, there's a lot of it out through there. See, the pigs have eaten it off. They'll eat it. So will cows. But if you look, you can see there's, oh, lots of it. You wouldn't want to roll around in your bathing suit down out there. Well, the aqueduct has water in it still. Then the little saddle ponds or whatever on either side that where it leaks through the ground, they both have water. More than yesterday, actually. Here's an ancient, or a descendant of Jim and Jam working along. I think my dog probably did that. Well, anyway, let's go take a look at this dam that I made to see if I could deepen the water. And I did a little. Not much, but then the flow is not that great. It wasn't yesterday, and it still isn't. I'm pressing this to seal a little bit more. But you see the water is going this way, which turns it back toward the woods. I think I can get higher here still, I think. So I'm going to pack that a little bit. I'll walk back the... See, I'm just... I think I probably once had water this high here. I'm not sure. Oh, there goes a snake. A water snake. That's a good sign. You see him? There's his head. I was out there. You can probably hear my neighbor's chainsaw working on something up in the woods. See, I remember that I had water was spilling here because I started to dig zonges below it. So that would indicate that I could still maybe go another inch, maybe 2 higher here. But I'm going to go back and see if it's flowing freely. Oh, it's nice in the woods. I can actually see my camera screen. When I come here, this indicates it's full. Any more a half-inch more water here would just run on down the hill. So I won't really go further back. It would help if the flow were a little stronger, but that answers my question. I'm about as high, I think, out there as I'm going to get, at least under these conditions. One of the things that happens is from about that leaning pine on, this ground is sort of sandier in a way, and more prone to absorb the water. Also, you can see the flow. That's not the wind. See right there by my hand shadow. That's not the wind blowing that. That's the flow of the water. So it's going out there, but it's being absorbed between here and the aqueduct. There's that leaning pine. I'm glad to see it's alive still. And here you can see, going along Grandpa Jim Biss, the water's merrily on its way. Now I cleared some little leaf dams, and there's some sort of high spots right there by that pine. But it's going merrily on its way. I may get it higher out there in the field yet. It takes a long time to soak for the soil to change, and of course now it's getting shady in the woods. Nice.